Hi, it's time to get unready with me. So the first step in my routine is obviously to cleanse my face. I like to use this COLBERT MD Balanced Purifying Cleanser. Dr. COLBERT is my dermatologist and he has his own line, which is amazing. The reason that I love this cleanser is because it's a gel and it really helps even out your skin. I feel like it's really cleansing. So first I wet my face and then I get maybe a pea-sized amount in my hands. And I just like to massage this into the skin and really cleanse. So growing up, I definitely think that I had more combination skin. It was definitely very oily in my T-zone, but kind of normal everywhere else. I went on Accutane for a year. That was about 4 years ago. And that was really, really hard on my skin. So my skin's definitely a lot more dry now because it really dries out your skin. I had really bad cystic acne, so I'm always looking for really nice ways to prevent that. One of the best secrets to drying your face is just to pat, and I feel like this really just helps prevent wrinkles, not that I have to worry about that anytime soon. While my skin's still a little bit damp, I like to use these COLBERT MD Tone Control Discs. And so basically my dermatologist has this facial, it's called the Triad Facial, and it has a microdermabrasion element to it, and he created these products just to kind of mimic that facial, which is really nice. So this you just rub in circular motions on your skin and it really helps balance your skin. It also smells really nice and this helps just brighten and lift those scars. So that's really nice and convenient for me. That's why I always wear sunscreen so they don't get any darker. I always like to use whatever product I'm using on my face, on my neck. I feel like all skin is important, so you can't miss out on any parts, even your neck. So the next thing I use is this chemical exfoliant, and this is the P50 lotion, 1970. There's different versions. I went to a facialist who specializes in these products, and she recommended this one for me, and just pat it onto my skin. And I really feel like this helped a lot with not necessarily my acne, but definitely just the texture of my skin. It really evened out the texture. I used to have really clogged pores on my like in my T-zone, and I think that this definitely helped a lot with that, which is really nice. The only thing that is kind of hard to get over, I'm used to it now, but in the beginning, is the smell, because it smells terrible. So after the P50 lotion, I've really been enjoying this leave-in mask, overnight mask, and it's from Origins. I love that this has hyaluronic acid in it. One thing that I definitely learned recently was the difference between hydrating and moisturizing your skin. So some things are obviously gonna give you that glowy effect when you moisturize, but the actual hydration and feeling like your skin isn't necessarily dry or tight is gonna come from different kinds of things like hyaluronic acid. And so it's really important to have that in your moisturizer. So I just take some of this and I actually like to mix it with tea tree oil. And I love Doterra essential oils because they're the purest you're gonna find. And I love tea tree oil just to prevent any breakouts in my skin, or as you can see, I have one now, and it just gets rid of it practically overnight. It definitely minimizes the appearance. And I actually really love the smell of tea tree oil. If you're into like scents like I am, get yourself some tea tree oil. So one thing that's really important to me when I moisturize is just massaging this in, and I kind of like do this V shape with my hands and just get underneath my cheekbones, and then also lifting my eyes very gently, but it really feels nice at night. One of my favorite things about getting my makeup done is when they prep your skin, they give you a nice massage if you have a good makeup artist. And I like to implement that into my routine, just as those like 30 seconds of self-care. And it also makes your face look really nice in the morning if you get really puffy. Doing this before you go to bed, it's such a dream. So the next step in my skincare routine is, just because you moisturize your face, you cannot forget your lips. And I love this Laneige sleeping mask, and this is the vanilla scent, but this is really thick and hydrating, and I love using this at night because you wake up and you have like the softest lips ever. like I said, being on Accutane really dries your skin out, and I'm still feeling the side effects of it 4 years later. So hydration is important. One thing about being a model that was really hard for me, especially in the beginning, I started when I was 17 years old, so I definitely had my fair share of dealing with acne, and cystic acne is like the absolute worst because it's under the skin. It's really painful. I really like to keep a very minimal approach to my skincare routine because I feel like less is definitely more, in the sense that you're gonna get most benefits when you're not stripping your skin or using too many things that aren't really helping. I think that the most minimal approach is the best. But one thing that I've just really learned to, I guess, embrace is the fact that acne is normal and it doesn't make you any less beautiful. And I think there's such a stigma about covering up acne or getting rid of it. It's not healthy, and it's not a good way to think, and you have to just understand that it's your body. It's not something that you should really feel ashamed about. So on top of hydrating my face, my lips, I also like to hydrate my hands at night. I hate waking up with dry hands, and I also hate the way that it looks. So it's definitely really important just to cover all the skin on your body and like take care of all of it. I always feel like I invest so much in my facial skincare routine that it's important to also remember about your body, and it takes whatever you're putting into it and putting on it. So it's really important to remind yourself of that. And lastly, one thing that I also like to do, which is a little weird, I don't know if everyone does this, but I love applying perfume at night because I like the way that it smells, especially in bed and in your sheets when you're rolling around, you wake up and you still smell like whatever your favorite scent is. This is from a boutique on Crosby Street called Fueguia 1833, and I love this scent. It just smells so good. And another thing that helps me just reflect on the day and put me in a good mood for tomorrow is I love to write in my journal 10 things that I'm grateful for that day, and I really like to take a moment to make them different every day and really reflect on 10 specific moments that really just made me grateful and made me appreciative. And I feel like taking those steps at night and before your next day really put you in a positive mindset and really allow you to decompress. So I'm gonna do that now. Thank you so much for watching.